everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Dr. Ann's Desk, where I share tips and tricks to make remote teaching and virtual learning that much more fun for everyone involved, because we're in this for the long haul. So this week I wanted to talk about a tool that is going to help you not only make class fun, is almost pretty much figured out for you if you can put it together in a really quick way. And also is great for review. Now we're getting into the time of year where we need to see what our kids know. We need to assess the learning, as we know the mandates are. Since we've covered a good amount of things, or we've covered some things, and we just want to see what students know, what are they retaining, what do they remember. So this week's tip is to use games. So games are the perfect way to switch things up. All kids love competition. Kids that know nothing love competition, okay? I can tell you that in my own classroom, I've done Family Feud, I've done Jeopardy, I've done The Price is Right. I mean, you name it. I love game shows. And so I love also being a game show host. And so ultimately, this plays into what I love and part of my personality, which is really seeing who knows the most, which is always a really important thing in my class, and also having fun while doing it and switching things up a bit, so it's not the typical quiz, it's not the typical kind of assessment. So how do you incorporate games into your class? Well, the thing that I said before about this kind of pretty much being done for you is that you can kind of use any game that already exists on television. You can do 25 words or less, which I actually love, and I watch that with my mom and my family. You can use 25 words or less. You can do taboo style. You can do heads up. All of these games are virtually the same thing, which is describing something without using the actual word or words that relate to it, to get people to guess the concept and guess the idea. You can tweak that a little bit for your class, and that'll be fun for all your students for sure. Family Feud is a fan favorite. Who doesn't want to get the number one answer? If you're talking about cause and effect or causes of World War I, you can do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. In case you didn't know, the causes of World War I: Maine, militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. Look at all the things I remember from teaching history. It's been a while, y'all, but she still got it. So, when you have games, what it does is it allows students to buy in low stakes. It's a game. If you want to give a prize, they're going to want to get the prize. But ultimately, even if students don't know that much, it's really good to have these games, because the students that do know, they can shine, and it also ends up being a review, and you as the teacher can kind of assess what are the big glaring things that none of these kids know, even though they're supposed to know it. And so having games in your class is really fun. You can download and use the theme show music. I did that for The Price is Right before as well. And any content area can use this. Price is Right is a game of bidding without going over. So if you're doing decimals, if you're doing fractions, you can kind of figure it out and do it in that way, using prices of common goods. And you can figure out how to kind of work this into your virtual learning space by allowing students to kind of hold up their answers. And it really takes away, some of the stress of having to review and feeling annoyed like I used to, that the kids don't really know it. So when you do it in a game format, it makes it really fun, it makes it really low stakes, and it allows you to really take pulse and understand what are some things you really have to reteach, and what are some things that the kids actually have a really good handle on. So that was this week's episode of Dr. Ann's Desk. I hope that you are going to employ and use games in your classroom. Please let me know how it's going in the comments. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you're sharing this with all of the teacher tribe out there. We all could use a little bit of inspiration and encouragement in our lives, and I salute all of you for doing the hard work. So I will talk to all of you soon. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.